Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Now, I do appreciate the official opposition questioning on the line of questioning. I would suggest, Honourable Speaker, that there seems to be a misunderstanding, a fundamental one, as to how colleges and institutions operate in the province of British Columbia, which I would have expected not to have occurred in light of the fact that they have been in government for 17 years. Please let me go through a series of questions. We're clearly not going to make it through the day. But the first question, with respect to Section 1, I do realize that there's been some kind of flow over in Sections 1, 2, and 3 when issues with respect to royal roads and universities have been discussed. So I ask some lenience here of the chair. I will focus initially on the colleges and institutes. My first question to the minister is, could she please describe the existing makeup of boards of governors as outlined in the Colleges and Institute Act?
Minister.
Thank you, Chair. So for the college boards, they're composed of 8 or more persons appointed by the Lieutenant Governor and Council, 1 person on the faculty of the institution and elected by the faculty members, 2 students elected by the students, 1 person who is part of the student staff and elected by the support staff, the president, and the chair of the Education Council of the college. I'll add that the board of the Justice Institute of BC is slightly different. It consists of 8 or more persons appointed by the Lieutenant Governor in Council and the President.
Member.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. Now, this is where it gets a little bit. I was just wondering if, just for sake of clarity and comparison, not dealing with Section 3, but here is if the Minister could say what the makeup of the board of the University of British Columbia is.
Minister.
I feel like I need to say this really quickly so we can get out of here on time. The Board of Governors of the University of British Columbia is composed of 21 members in order to reflect that it has 2 campuses. The Chancellor, the President, a faculty member who works at UBC Okanagan, elected by faculty members who work at UBC Okanagan, 2 faculty members who work at UBC Vancouver, elected by faculty members who work at UBC Vancouver, 11 persons appointed by the Lieutenant Governor and Council, 2 of whom are to be appointed from among persons nominated by the Alumni Association, a student who studies at UBC Okanagan elected from students who are members of a student society and study at UBC Okanagan, 2 students who study at UBC Vancouver elected by students who are members of a student society and study at UBC Vancouver, 1 person who works at UBC Okanagan elected by and from employees who are not faculty and work at UBC Okanagan, and finally, 1 person who works at UBC Vancouver elected by and from employees who are not faculty and work at UBC Vancouver.
Member.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Would it be true then, if I made the statement, this question to the Minister, that in every case, in every college and institute, royal roads and university in the province of British Columbia, that there are more, the composition of each board has more Order in Council appointments than it does elected members of the university?
Minister.
Yes.
Describe any other province in the country of Canada for which there are more Order in Council appointments at the university level over the elected or other members from the institution?
Minister.
Chair, I don't have the detailed information in front of me at this moment, but I can get the information to the member.
Member.
We'll be resuming this later, and I would hopefully we can start the questioning with this. I do note the hour, Honourable Chair, and I'm
noting the hour, member.
I would wonder if we could please, I move that we adjourn the debate until
rise, report progress,
and report to rise and report progress. Thank you.
Thank you, member. Honourable member, you heard the motion. All in favour say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.